Hello everyone, and welcome to the Deep Blue Renegade podcast. My name is Molly, also known as the Deep Blue Renegade, and I'd like to welcome you guys to episode 444? Maybe 448? I don't know. It's like I can't even look back. I apparently didn't press save, because that's normally how I how I have it conveniently up in front of me. But whatever, such is life. So today is Saturday, September 16th, 2023, and I'm glad you could join me today. Or would it be? The podcast episode will be in the title. Or would it be? Sometimes I know, or I have a rough idea about what I want my episode title to be, but today will be a mystery. I won't know. Or would it be? Sometimes it just sort of comes out in the course of things. But it has been the case where I've been catching up on Fat Squirrel Speaks. So what would it be? So it's I don't know if that bleeds into my delivery. What would it be? Sometimes I feel like, what would it be? Whatever. It'd be like, what podcast am I drawing inspiration from? Who knows? So, what I did right before I started was I actually sat down with the spreadsheet, and it appears that my needle size change has worked, and I will perfectly have the right amount of yarn. And I'll keep checking in, would it be as I go, but I just finished the second border chart on my Scheherazade, which is an Anna Victoria design. And you can't even see the majesty. I feel like we're not gonna accidentally push this off the needles, are we? But oh yeah. So I have closed off that motif. We've transitioned from the one pattern. And so it's now seems to be going into some sort of zigzag thing. The third border chart doesn't seem to be nearly as big, but it does look like I have some stitch count increases to look forward to. Since we have the spreadsheet up right now, this current row that I'm on is 1,209 stitches. We are heading to more stitches, friends. So would it be? Even though this isn't necessarily a whole ton of yarn, it is a lot of stitches. But it looks so good. So I am past, or would it be? So sometime, I'm pretty sure, while I was in China, I did pass the halfway point on this project. So we are now entirely in the downslope, so it is the case where I have, what is it? So I have 27.36 grams, and according to my spreadsheet, I use slightly less than 84. I don't know if that means I don't have enough or would it be if that means that I don't have enough in order to, that means I don't have enough in order to bind off, but we'll see. Would it be? I think, or what is it? Is the case where my plan was to do like the purl two together bind off, so I think I accounted for 2 times the number of stitches in the last row. Yeah, that makes sense. So we shall see. So there's some fudging. Would it be? If I start getting really nervous, there's some fudging I could do. So, let it be. But it was the case where it was definitely the case where when I was in this lacier section, I was sort of using slightly more yarn than when I was in the body. But yeah, so let's see. I don't have too many more rows of the pattern left at this point, so it'd be the case where I have, sorry, my mouse is now dead. Hopefully that doesn't mean my computer be like, the spreadsheet is covered, whatever, if the mouse doesn't work. So we're definite, like, it was the case where I'm like, man, it definitely seems like the yarn is getting bluer again. But I don't know whether or not it's actually doing that or not. Or what it will be the case where this is sort of spread out over a larger area than the beginning is, but it's very stretchy and slinky. And very heavy. There's so many beads in this. So many beads. So what would it be? I think I would have to consult with the chart how annoying how annoying is the next row. I feel like, see, that isn't even the one that I want to look at. See, I've had this pattern on my phone for well, who even knows where it's popping up. So border chart 3 is only 8 long, so only 8 rows long, but it is the case where I think, I don't know, whatever. It's 8 rows long. The next row is not a bead row, but the one after that is. And then we go into a pretty big increase on the last part of border chart 3. But would it be? It is the case where, what is it? Can we even show? So it is the case where the triangle has gotten a bit more heft to it. So there's a little bit more solid space instead of it being very, very meshy in what the past 2 border charts were, I guess. So coming along, not too much more to go, I think. Or would it be? So this, I'm past the halfway point now. Hoorah. And since the next row isn't a bead row, that's probably not too bad. I oftentimes end up having the bead row happen Monday nights when I'm at knitting in probably the most adversarial. The owner of the pub, like, took marker to the light bulbs to give it worse light for ambiance. So, would it be? And now that we are heading to fall, I know it's definitely a moment this week where, well, yesterday, in fact, I was leaving the house and it was dark. I'd be like, no, Summer, I miss your light. It's like, don't abandon me. But whatever, such as life, or would it be? It's the case where, being in San Francisco, I have been able to go visit Summer a couple of times this summer. But we have not really had the warm days yet, and I was joking with one of my coworkers who lives in my neighborhood. It was like, we have till like Halloween before we declare that summer never happened in San Francisco. So we're just waiting. We're waiting for the 1 week of warm weather. But I feel like I've had a couple of weeks, like I've had a solid month of warm weather this summer, so it's probably fine. I just visited it, no big deal. So what I'm holding up right now is my Poet, and let's just say that my coworkers are like totally fascinated by my stitch markers and think that this is going to be a part of the final thing, but really it's not. But it was the case where I was able to get quite a bit done on this week. So this came with me. This has been my travel project. It is my only other project. I figured, or to be, because for Scheherazade, it was getting really close to the point where I needed to weigh and put information in my spreadsheet. And with Poet, like, it's where to be. You just have to check in on the chart every row and make sure you're not, like, going way off the rails. So I'm actually almost to sleeve separation on this, which is exciting. I'm also, what would it be, like, though I am like medium level concerned, I don't know, I still have some more rows to go. Where would it be? But this is going to be positive, like positive ease, raglan shaping. I tried, the sample that I tried on was definitely much larger than my measurements, as you do. It's like, so, ooh, it's like medium level danger right now of the needle coming out. So, would it be? So it would be the case where, like, how open this neckline is probably a little bit excessive for me right now, because it's definitely like open to my bra straps right now. But there will be ribbing to bring it in a little bit, and I can tune that as I see fit. But maybe the just open question. The open question right now would be, is the depth actually there? Because I am knitting with smaller needles, but I think I have a couple more. I do have a couple more rows to go until I actually have to do the separation. They actually have you do, they actually like space out like the very last decrease in the chart. And then I probably also just need to do like a quick double check and make sure like my repeats are turning out okay. So that is the story there. So where would it be? So it looks like, so I have this in this project, which has actually been really nice having the knot bag, because it does make it very portable. But this is my first skein, and still have quite a bit of yarn to go on this one. So it does look like right now, I'm gonna have plenty of yarn. What would it be? I guess I still do have to continue to make this bigger, but it's not looking too bad right now. So so what would it be? Not too shabby. But it's definitely have used a decent amount of the ball, but I'm like, if we're thinking of a sweater in terms of 1/3 yoke, 1/3 body, 1/6 for both sleeves, like, I'm not gonna have any problems whatsoever. So there's that. So Poet, sorry Norland, I'm knitting this out of Camellia Fiber Company in their 70% organic wool, 30% linen. There's definitely some pretty interesting linen chunks in this. I'm just sort of need to fight the urge to pick them out. What would it be? The linen adds the delightful texture, but what would it be? I know I did have like a really big one that was barely incorporated into the yarn. I just pulled it off and like, okay, this is fine. We don't need to have this in here. So not too crazy there. And I think I'm actually in the middle of a row right now, so, or middle of a round, and the rounds are getting pretty big at this point, but such is life. So it has been a pretty good project. Definitely the case where when I was knitting the swatch, I was mostly knitting flat, and now the sweater is mostly knit in the round, so the chart is actually a little bit easier to execute. Would it be because of all the seat stitch in it from the right side, so that's been good. Let's see, what else? This one is my plain row. This is not an increase row, which is fine. So what would it be? Let's see, what else? So it's been a really good project to carry around. The high linen content of the yarn is not bothering me, but it's definitely a consideration. Or would it be definitely a point of caution, because I've definitely hurt myself knitting linen. Would it be? The fabric is really nice. So would it be definitely, especially, or would it be like it does have a very good feel. And I think that it is the case where, because this is light yarn, it is actually also like really highlighting the pattern nicely too. So that is good. And actually it has, like, things are sort of blowing out a little bit right now, but there we go. So this is the front of the sweater, and the pattern is really clear and smooth and looks quite gorgeous in this yarn. And then the back is a little bit taller, but still in pattern. So just a little bit more in this one. Yeah, so it's gonna be exciting to split for the sleeves soon. Let's see, how close am I? Let's see. I was like, unfortunately, okay. For whatever reason. So yeah, I probably do have like at least another. I have like at least another inch to go. And then I'll be at the end of this crazy chart. Yeah, I probably need to set my phone to lock rotation while I'm trying to deal with this. Because it'll be the case where I'll try like zooming in on a section of the chart, and then it will unhelpfully rotate, and then I can't even see what it is that I want to see, and I should have put it in the pattern. But we're almost to the point where we're almost to the point now where it doesn't really matter. think what I've failed to do on this side, which maybe I should take care of soon, is it is the case now where I have added at least another repeat to both sides of the front, so I should get markers in to those spots just to make it easier to keep track of. And then every so often I find something that's not quite right, and then I fudge it. So, what it be? It's not a 100% error-free, but it's pretty close. So far so good. Would it be? Hopefully it's not. Would it be? I'm probably at this point much closer to finishing the shawl than the sweater, but whatever. And then or would it be? And then I already have like a pretty clear idea on what it is that I would like to cast on next when I finish one of these two things, which is I will be knitting a brioche shawl for my nanny, and I have selected the appropriately pink yarn for her. So, would it be? So the only open question right now is if I want to re-knit one of my original designs, or if I want to do Sizzle Pop again, because it's pretty easy and mindless for me. Would it be? And that one is a pretty good triangle shaped shawl, knit from the corner to the long end. Very wearable. Would it be? Nothing like the pattern is reasonably fancy. Versus like pinning all of the details down for the other one. So I need to decide, but I do have at least a little bit of time in order to do that. So it does still look, we'll see how it goes. The other thing that has been happening is I did finally get a start again on my sweater spin. So this is 20 ounces of fiber that I have blended together on my drum carder. So it is a decent amount of stuff actually that I ended up dyeing myself or getting at yarn school many years ago. So this is, would it be? And I came back with pounds of fiber. It was a fiber palooza for sure. And so this particular one is a combination of blue fiber that I dyed, and then sort of green, yellow, brown fiber from Hello Yarn, and a little bit of BFL as well. And for the first bobbin, I did like full lengths of however in the world I split it. I think I did this off. And then I took the lengths and split them into 5 groups, so that I would have a really good mixture of fiber, because some of my bats were more green or more yellow or more brown. And so this was one way in order to mix all of the fiber up. And then I ended up taking my lengths of fiber and splitting them in half for this one. I might do thirds on the next one, and then do halves and wholes. Basically just to make it so the final yarn is as mixed up as possible. Would it be? Like, it'll be very interesting to see what, like, the final color turns out to be. I am feeling like, the next BFL that I put in might have toned it down, like, quite a bit. But this is the first very full bobbin, so this is 4 ounces of fiber spun pretty fine. And then I've got a decent amount done now here. So would it be? But definitely not a full bobbin yet. Like, there's still quite a bit. There's still quite a bit of fiber in here. Am I spinning it the same weight? I might be like a little bit thicker right now. I don't know. I'm not gonna be too worried about it right now. And so it'd be the case where there definitely are, there's definitely some like really good marling going on here now, just based on the structure of the fiber itself. Would it be this particular section is more on the brown side for sure. Would it be so whatever. So I tried, it's fine. So it'd be the case where this is moving again. It was a case where I was working on this up until last SSK. Then I lost a lot of my spinning mojo. Would it be? Things went really slowly for a while there, and now I'm back on it. So we'll see how long it takes and how things go. But I have 3 more bags of fiber to fill up. And then I'll end up, where would it be? And then I'll end up applying it all together. So should be pretty good. I'm not gonna do anything super special with the color handling. We're just gonna let things, or would it be I think that's gonna be the fanciest that I end up doing with the color handling is would it be just breaking it up like a smidge. And maybe even I choose to not even do like the thirds option, so it could be the case where I decide to have 3 of them be longer runs, 2 of them be shorter runs, or something like that. That's also a distinct possibility. We shall see. So that is coming along. Would it be? It's good. It's good to be moving on the project again. So that's positive, because it's been sitting for a very long time. I have no clue what it is that I would like to spin for next, but that's fine, because this project's going to take a while. No worries. Would it be? Also good to be able to, would it be? Also good to be able to record again, and have a more regular recording schedule for a while. So that is lovely. Would it be? I should be able to fit an episode in 2 weeks from now, so that shouldn't be too big a deal. That will be right before, or that will be the weekend before Lambtown. So Lambtown is the local sheep and wool festival. So I have signed up to take a Stephanie Gastad class about getting the most out of my wheel. Should be interesting. I definitely have at least one question for her. Just one, it's fine. So, or what do we? So that that should be interesting and exciting. I was thinking about signing up for more classes, but almost all of the weekend classes were full by the time that I had signed up, so I was just not going to be too fussed about it. So taking the day off work, driving the hour and a half to Dixon. Dixon, California is like halfway between like San Francisco and Sacramento, so not going to be. It's not like Sacramento's that. So not too crazy there. Maybe I should. I don't know. I'll have to. What would it be? I'm not sure what the food situation is going to be. Whatever. And then I will probably end up taking a day to go to the festival as well. So well, I don't know. Does that end up falling? Interesting. What I hadn't necessarily thought about was I think my was looking at whatever. So not too crazy. So I think that's everything I wanted to cover. There's definitely a lot of random yarn floating around the room, which probably needs to be put in his homes because I finished fixing all the socks, so it's more like they just need to be washed at this point. Yeah, but I still have like this bag out. I have my fluffy yarn that needs to get put away. But I keep looking at this and be like, I want to use it. And be like, you already have enough projects going. But it'd be so fast. Be like, sure, whatever. Could have been. I think that is the challenge. Or it's like they could be good together, maybe. But those two yarns definitely have very different grist, so maybe it wouldn't be. I don't know. So that's the struggle right now. And then it also sounds like the Bambino is now awake, so we're gonna have to. What would it be? So we'll have to feed lunch and all that fun stuff. So it should be fun. So not too crazy. So with that, I hope you guys have a lovely week, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. So take care, guys. Bye bye.